Welcome to another round of Drawing Board or Miro Board. Today we discuss technical diagramming with systems architect Maya. Let's go. First question. You've spent 10 hours slogging over a sequence diagram that should have taken 5. Drawing board or Miro board?
Drawing board. And if I'm being honest, Miro would probably cut that time down by half. You know, with its AI tools and ready-to-go templates.
Next, your diagrams become so bulky, it's more complex than the solar system. But all it takes is a few clicks and...
It's Miro. I've used those technical shape packs way too many times, and stuff is just digestible on its infinite online canvas.
Now, the final question. Everyone's brought in, but you have to make all these tasks all the way over in Jira. But wait, it's done. Is it...
Miro, easy with its two-way Jira sync. Easy to plot dependencies. Everyone always knows what's up.
And she's done it.
Join over 60 million people creating technical diagrams without workflow glitches. Get your first 3 boards for free at Miro.com. That's Miro.com.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hashtag no music, no intro. I'm going to warn people off the bat, Ryan. Warn them off the bat. This is going to be a long one. If you don't want to sit through and listen to it, you know, you just want to get straight to the Falcons, Saints preview that we going to do, like, you could fast forward, but the NFL is the best fucking reality show on the planet, bruh. On the planet. We got to talk about Michael Thomas. We got to talk about Odell. I feel like we got to talk a little bit about Aaron Rodgers and just lying, bro. We got so much to talk about, bro. Let's start with what started the morning. Ian Rappaport gets on, NFL Network, Good Morning Football America. Well, the reason why Mike Thomas hasn't been, is he had kind of like a setback and blah, 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 and he's going to be out longer than anticipated. Then probably no more than 45 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour after that clip goes up, Mike Thomas sends out and obviously Mike didn't write it. That was not Mike's doing. No. But it goes out, social media, he's out for the season.
Done.
And the entire time I was just thinking of just like, none of this is surprising to any of us.
None. I mean, the writing was on the wall, man. Like,
if people want to go back and listen to the episodes we recorded during the season last season when the fight broke out, when the Florio rumors came out, and everybody was on Mike Florio just giving him the business, bro. Like, Saints Twitter was on Florio's ass, and like me and you were the only people like, this situation don't feel right. Like,
we remember Jimmy Graham, bro. Like, we remember.
It didn't feel right. And I think, and here's what Saints fans have to realize. The Saints have had the same head coach to 2006. So at this point in the relationship, we know our spouse. Yeah. we know our spouse like the back of our hand. And so, especially when we saw what happened with Jimmy, like, it started to feel just uneasy in the building, bro. Like, just uneasy. So he's on, he's gonna miss the season. So he had a setback in his surgical procedure. The only good thing I will say about the situation is that when Sean Payton was talking about him today during the presser, it was very professional. He commended Mike a lot. It was no like digs or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
Which I think maybe the relationship is salvageable. But honestly, if Mike Thomas never plays a snap for the Saints again, wouldn't be surprised at all.
At all. Matter of fact, I'd be a little surprised if he does.
Yes. Yep.
That's just where I'm at. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I'm not about to die on the hill either way. But it just, I don't know, man. I just seen these things too much. I just don't see it. But look, they could easily recover, and things could gloss over better. Next season we'll see. I think at the end of the day, it's probably best for him that he doesn't play this year because it just doesn't sound like he was ever going to be right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, for his, from his perspective, it just makes sense just to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Saints, look, it's a good team. Who knows where it goes, but there's no point in pushing yourself. He tried pushing himself last year, and this is where it got him. You know what I'm saying? So Just shut it down, see where it goes. As far as just the relationship with him and Sean just like an emotional dude, man. Sean just and as a head coach, he has to be careful of that because players look to him and react to it, how he reacts. You know what I'm saying? So
he's such an alpha, and Mike is such an alpha.
Bro. They're both alphas, bro. Both and Sean Payton loved Mike Thomas, bro. That was his boo. You know what I'm saying? That was his boo, which is why it gets so heated because when you love somebody like that,
the ones you love hurt you the most, Ryan.
Hurt you the most, man. That's that passion. You know what I'm saying? If it was just some Traquan Smith or somebody, who gives a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck out of here, Traquan.
Out of here, Traquan. That's his boo. So we'll see. But at least I think, at least as far as trades and stuff like that, it's tabled. And we'll, circle back next off season and see where it goes.
It is. I will say that one thing, if Mike Thomas never plays a down for the Saints again, is even if they're approaching a way to trade him, his trade value got to be absolutely garbage right now, bro.
Garbage, bro. Garbage. What did you give up?
At this point, I think as a team, and we don't know, right? But I just think it makes more sense to try to bring him back when he is fully healthy and see what he is as a player and go from there. Right? Because I don't even know what you could get for him right now. I really don't, Ryan. No clue. I really
don't, man. Then with the salary and all that, you just don't know.
Yeah, it makes no sense. The only and I think. I don't know if I tweeted this or not, but I think I did tweet it maybe yesterday or whatever. But I said the only team I could see giving something up highly for Michael Thomas is if Urban Meyer is still the head coach of the Jags.
Oh.
And that's that would be a second.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's as of right now, that's the max value I think he has to a team is don't get me wrong, the Jags has their second would be a top 5 second rounder, whatever. But that's what his max value is. And if it's that, you have to weigh the decision. Is the cap hit, is the dead salary worth us getting a hypothetical second, a high second round pick for this player? We don't know.
Now, another thing is him hypothetically being involved in a package trade for, say, a Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or whatever, which is, it's possible.
But then I guess the debate goes.
I know where you're going.
He's and I tweeted this today, right? Aaron Rodgers complained about weapons all the time when he has Aaron Jones and fucking Devontae Adams, bro.
Yeah, right.
Russell Wilson don't complain about weapons. He complains about usually offensive play call, scheme, and offensive line, right? I think in terms of a team, you have to if it's Russell, if it's Aaron Rodgers, whoever the fuck it is, you got to say listen. We did as a team, we went through this. We didn't have any offensive weapons at the wide receiver position. We didn't have blah, 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 blah. And we still are fucking, let's say if they're talking right now, we're still fucking 5-2 in a game out of first place in the NFC South behind Tampa Bay. What do you think if you were the quarterback of this team, we would be? Like, because that's the selling point, right? Like, we don't got no offensive weapons. We don't got no quarterback. Like, that's the selling point. That has to be the selling point.
The selling point is Sean Payton, pretty much.
Yes, that's it. It's it. It's Sean Payton, and and we've seen it, man. Like, and I tweeted about it so much. Just the talent on the team and his coaching, because that's a huge factor into it, to overcome the adversities and the deficiencies that the team has had is really fucking remarkable. Because this team could easily be 2-5 and would not be surprised
at all, man. It's amazing, actually. It's amazing. I'm still saying 10 wins for the season, but that's crazy that I'm just saying 10 wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got Trevor Siemian or Taysom Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it just goes to they really built a solid team, even with the holes with the issues at wide receiver or whatever.
It's wild, Ryan. It's absolutely wild. And so that's why I'm saying, like, if the selling point, let's say if you're putting Michael Thomas in a trade, because keep in mind, if you're trading Mike Thomas and some picks for Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, although the skeptic in me says that Green Bay or Seattle wouldn't trade him to the NFC South, NFC, sorry. But you're giving up picks and you're giving up Mike Thomas. Like, how do you go about getting offensive weapon help for whoever's coming in? It's a dilemma, bro. Like,
you're really, you back in the third, fourth, fifth round basket looking at
that's it, bro. That's it. Anyway,
from University Tech, you know what I'm saying?
I will say this though. I do think players, especially quarterbacks, like if you're Russell Wilson, or let's say you're Aaron Rodgers. I know Aaron Rodgers is on a team that's only had one loss, but who they lose to? The Saints. You just got to look at it from afar and just be like how are they doing that? Like how? Like they beat Tampa Bay with fucking Trevor Siemian. Like how? Like that doesn't make any sense. And then as a competitor, and especially as quarterback stink, maybe they go, if they can do this with that team and don't have a quarterback, like what the hell could they do with me and Sean Payton? Anyway, that's the offseason discussion. We can talk about that all day. Let's keep it along. Let's move in.
But then they see the vibes, man. Like
speaking of the vibes, perfect segue into the Odell thing. Let's talk about Odell. So the patented Saints trademark trade deadline move happened. Shout out to Joey for tweeting it, where Saints don't trade for any help. And then, of course, 5-10 minutes later after the trade deadline's passed, we get in some type of notification from somebody saying, well, actually, the Saints tried to trade for whoever, Odell, AJ Green, Emmanuel Sanders, name the player the Saints have tried to trade for him at the deadline, bro. We've been through this movie before.
So many times.
And it doesn't happen. And, what I would assume would happen is that the Saints, because of their cap situation, they wanted, and basically if you read the wording of the report, it was that the way I read it is that they couldn't agree. I don't know if the Saints were trying to convince Odell to accept a contract extension type of thing where they're ghost pepper years, bro. not ghost pepper years on that bitch, bro. But whatever it is, and I obviously the Saints would have asked Cleveland, just like they were trying to do in the whole Jadeveon Clowney situation, eat some money, and it fell through, right? And then you have this thing where Odell's dad is like, I don't know if he put it on his Instagram or he retweeted it, but someone made this like 11, 12-minute video of all the throws that Baker has missed Odell since he's been in Cleveland, bro.
I have not seen it. I heard about it, man.
I watched like a minute of it, bro. And even that minute, I was like, man, Baker out here just looking awful, bro.
Yeah.
That was wide open. And so that happens. Then you have LeBron on Twitter saying free OBJ. It's just like, what? And then today he's excused. And so the reports is like he'll probably never play a down again for the Browns. They don't know if they're going to just Deshaun Watson him and just send him away and just make him inactive the rest of the season. They might be trying to get Odell to pay some of his money back, and then they'll, on that condition, will release him. But then if he is released, he's subject to waivers, and someone could claim him. But I don't know if an NFL team would. And then Jordan Smoltz or whatever reported that if he does go unclaimed, the two teams that would show him the most interest to sign Odell is the Raiders and the Saints. And so I had this exact conversation with my girlfriend. And I said, if you're Odell, if you're choosing between Trevor Siemian or Taysom Hill, or, although I can't fucking stand him, he's been playing outstanding this season, Derek Carr, the only reason that he would pick to come to the Saints is that, one, it's home, and you can't that's sometimes you can't underestimate just what being home does to a person. It's home. You're going to be with Sean Payton. And the third thing I said was the culture and the vibes.
Right. And the thing about the home thing, it can go two separate ways.
Oh, talk about it.
Because just growing up in New Orleans and knowing a lot of people in New Orleans, a lot of them just can't wait to get the hell out of there. Like, as much as I love the city, and people, they love the city too, but a lot of times it's like, I don't want to be, it's like anybody from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You just want to get away from home. You know what I'm saying? Like, New Orleans it's kind of small city. Everybody know everybody. Odell is a Hollywood dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's a big
superstar.
Huge superstar. Like, even though he hadn't had 1,000 yards in I don't know how long, he could walk into any club in LA right now in Hollywood, and he's going to be on TMZ, on every, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows him. Everybody's followed. Every celebrity wants to be around him. Like, that's just who he is. So he's kind of a big fish. If he came to New Orleans, I'd be like, what? Like, that's a big fish. You know what I'm saying? So, but on the flip side, it could be, it could be helpful for him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a chance to get his get his career back together.
If there's anyone in this fucking league that could revitalize his career, it's fucking Sean Payton.
It's no question. If he wants to.
Let's ideally say the two teams are the Saints and the Raiders. I'm looking at it like the Raiders only got a head coach right now. Like, let's not forget that.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with the Raiders, bro.
They got a head coach. Like,
but it's Vegas, new stadium.
Stadium.
You got the fan base. Like, Raiders always gonna have a great fan base.
And the Raiders, I believe, right now are like second in the AFC, like the second seed right now.
Right.
All right. This is still got to get flushed out. We'll still see what's going to happen, but it would be because we know how the story goes. Like, it just never typically goes our way. But I know he's not what he used to be, and I know that either Taysom or Trevor Siemian will be throwing him the ball. But for us to just somehow be able to pick up Odell in the middle of this season, when we
would be so fascinating. It'll be
starving, bro. Like, that would be. I'd be blown away. I would be. Because
I think about like, I think it was a game against Dallas last year. He was out for injury for a while, and he finally came back, and he had like a great game against Dallas. And he was just still that electric, just explosive. So he's still there. I know he's been banged up. There's still something going on. I know we could try to blame it all on Baker, and Baker is some blame, absolutely. But I watch him, and something ain't right with him, man. Like, something ain't right. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. Somebody got to crack that Rubik's code to just get him back, like, fully 100% bought in.
I mean, it could just be something as simply as that he's just not having fun playing football right now.
It could be as simple as that, bro. Like, he's played with the New York Giants, whose lost been one of the worst teams in the NFL. Then played with the Browns, who, have been on the come up the last 2 years, but for some reason he just hadn't fit in. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, he just hadn't fit in. I don't know if that's like embracing his weirdness or his personality or whatever. I don't know. But I know Sean Payton, if Odell came in like about that football, like straight up about that football, Sean Payton would welcome him in immediately. Like, Sean Payton has dealt with all. Sean Payton loved Jeremy Shockey. You know what I'm saying? Like, he loved him to the core. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would deal with a hard case here and there to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But the way I'm thinking of it too is, let's say he goes on waivers and he doesn't get claimed. He could get claimed because there's not a lot of teams that have enough cap space in the NFL to claim him. I believe one of the teams that does have enough cap space is the Raiders. But I think what most teams would want to do is to let him go unclaimed and then sign him afterwards. But if he does go unclaimed,
like, he probably wants that.
Exactly, because then he gets to pick where he wants to. Like, he's never been a free agent.
Never been a free agent. As long as he's been in the league. So he probably wants a chance to do that.
Yep, to get wine. But, like, it's so interesting because, like, you can't really wine and dine a player that much during the season. Like, coaches got to coach, like, got a game plan. Like, it's not like it is in the off season. I think I already know how the story's going to go. Like, he's going to go unclaimed. Somehow the Chiefs going to figure out a way to sign him or the Packers. I already know, bro. I already know how this is going. Like I've seen this story too many times. But if the Saints able to get Odell, like, that will immediately get us to do an emergency podcast. 100%.
Oh, no question. Odell Beckham?
100%. Let's hit up. We talked about the Raiders. We got to briefly, let's go over the whole idiotic Henry Ruggs situation, bro. Drunk driving, gets into a car accident, was going 150 plus miles per hour, hits a car, kills a woman, a 23-year-old woman and her dog. Now released by the Raiders. Just career. I don't know about that. It's NFL. Career at this present moment is over.
It's over, man. Like, I don't know how long. We'll see. This girl burnt alive, bro.
Oof.
Like, the people that pulled up heard her screaming.
Oh,
as the car burned. And they couldn't get to her. They tried getting to her, and she was stuck in. The worst death you could possibly have. The worst death. Because of him. It's his fault. He killed her. You know what I'm saying? And, we've seen this, like, with Dante Stallworth, where you get a guy, you could try to parse things a little bit. With he was driving drunk, but the guy did step into the road. He was drunk, so he didn't have the time to react. So,
right.
I don't know how to do. You got different states, different laws, how they work out. Las Vegas apparently has like a law where something like this would be between like 2 and 20 years. So I don't know. But man, that's like the worst thing, bro. Like, that's the worst, man. It's like, it's so fucking fixable. Like, it's so Does not have to happen.
Doesn't.
Literally
really
does
doesn't.
not have to happen. Does not have to happen.
The league has a car service, Ryan.
Car service, like, here, take it. You got Uber, you got Lyft. Push of a button. Okay, you want to drive your Corvette? Drive it slow and like say, like, don't do 156 miles per hour.
Like, he was like, his blood alcohol was like twice the limit. So like he
was feeling it. You know, you're a small dude.
Yeah, was gone.
So I mean, and it's like, don't drive 156 miles an hour unless you're on like a racetrack.
That's it.
Ever.
That's
like,
it.
Don't. I've driven in like 110, and you feel like you're about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you just feel like you're about to.
It's so funny you say that because I've probably hit close to that, like maybe like 100, a little more over 100, driving like in the like, you know, fucking country ass parts of fucking Lubbock, you know, where like no one's around and you literally feel like you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, it's like, let me slow this motherfucker down.
Yeah, bro.
You in Las Vegas, bro, off the strip.
Oh my God, cool. I can't imagine. And I tweeted this earlier, and I know we as Saints fans have been through a shit ton this season, but I was just like, shit, bro. Like, imagine being a Raiders fan this year, bro.
Jesus. Imagine if you're a Raiders fan from Oakland. Like, okay, they moved to Las Vegas, and you stuck with them. You're just like, okay, we'll stick with them still. And then this shit happened. It's like, damn, bro, John Gruden
out. Henry Ruggs, this cut, release,
like high first round pick, you know,
gone off the team.
One, and I know he hadn't been like great, but you know,
he was like coming along, bro.
He was coming along, like, you know what I'm saying. It was like, okay, we finally got a promising, you know what I'm saying, first round pick. They could probably be a stud for us, and it's like, damn, you finally get one, and
nope, not today. But still number 2 in the AFC, bro. Still number 2. Can we talk about Aaron Rodgers, dumbass? I don't even want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I just want to talk about, as a fan of a team who's been shafted by the NFL so many times, Bounty Gate, the whole shit last season with the penalties and taking the 6th round pick for the mask, celebration in the locker room without mask. So the Packers and the NFL knew that Aaron Rodgers was not vaccinated.
Yeah.
They knew it. And like it's so frustrating. It's just like, what is I would ask what the punishment is going to be, but I know what the answer is. None of it. Nothing. And it's just a double standard. And as a Saints fan, I'm just tired of the double standard, bro. I'm just really tired.
That dude, though, is just like, I say the past 2 or 3 years has really shown me, like, man, Aaron Rodgers is a fugazi ass little nigga, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, that dude, I don't know, man. It's a weird dude.
So someone she's not
up there. Like, I at least respect Don't Vax Me, bro. Don't Vax Me, bro, gonna say, I ain't taking the vax. Here's why. Look, and it's stupid. Like, we could call him stupid for what this is, but at least he just set up and stand it. But this motherfucker sitting up there like, oh yeah, I'm what's the word? Immunized. I got my immune system up. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody just thinking. He knows everybody's thinking like, oh, he's been vaxxed. Okay, good. You know,
just pulled fucking the wool over everyone's head, bro.
You're the franchise. You know, not the face of the franchise. You're the face of the NFL.
Yep. Yep. Although someone, I won't say she's a part of Saints Twitter, but I know she's a Saints fan. Like, she was like going off today on Twitter, and she was like, "Please never come to the Saints." I was like, "Whoa.
Hey, whoa. I ain't say all that now." I mean, we got a 3rd round pick quarterback now, baby. Aaron Rodgers slide.
Let's not get hasty.
Man, I don't know about Aaron Rodgers and Sean Payton. That would be fucking interesting, bro. Because that's some personalities right there.
It would, but
that would be fascinating.
This is again completely hypothetical. The one thing I do think in that relationship that I think Aaron Rodgers, unlike he did with Mike McCarthy, unlike he currently does with LaFleur, because I think he would respect Sean Payton. I don't ever think he really respected Mike McCarthy because he was just out there just running the Aaron Rodgers fucking system in Green Bay for the longest time. I don't think he really maybe respects Matt LaFleur that much.
But I think there would be a dick measuring type of contest between the two.
For sure.
It would be like Sean Payton would be like, look, watch this play I designed for you. And Aaron Rodgers would be like, watch this is what I came up with that's gonna be better than your play. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. It could, in theory, bring out the best of them or the absolute fucking worst of them.
Right.
Anyhow, we had a lot to just recap in the NFL before we even start talking about this Falcons game. And the first thing I want to talk about this game is, I don't know if it's correct, but since the Saints are only a half game behind in the NFC South, did they beat the Falcons on Sunday? Are they number one in the NFC? Like NFC South? That they would have to be, right?
I don't know. Did Tampa play the Falcons yet?
No, they have not.
Oh, they haven't? Okay. Yeah, it's still too early. It's too early.
It is.
But they'll be in good position.
But the first thing I want to talk about is what you tweeted. We talked about it a little bit on the recap. You stewed on it. You came back. You tweeted it. You tweeted that you think Sean should say, Trevor, run the offense, Taysom, be tight end, be fullback, be receiver,
be quarterback,
and just roll with it like that.
Roll with it like that, bro.
Why?
Welcome to the best of both worlds. Remember that album?
that is for the old school listener.
That's an underrated album, man. I don't care what nobody says. I know that R. Kelly is a monster. I agree.
Every song on that album slaps, though.
You put that album on, boy. You can play that album.
I'm
just saying, like, there's no controversy. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, why are you bringing in Taysom when Simeon is cooking?" Like, no, nobody's gonna say that. Like, you could really have fun. You got Simeon. The man could run the Saints offense. Not saying he's gonna run it perfectly. You know, he's never been a great quarterback. He's gonna have his up and downs. He's gonna need to be managed. But the little things you want from a quarterback, he can do. He can move around in the pocket. He has some, low key kind of mobility in the pocket where he can kind of get out, just kind of juke a rusher here and there and make a little sidearm pass here. Sometimes when a sidearm pass is not needed, but he can do it.
Man, he was throwing a lot of them sidearm passes.
I'm like, relax, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he can hit you on the passes on the outside. Not a great deep ball thrower, but he could throw the deep ball. He can make the throws between up to 30, 40 yards. So he doesn't have like a tink tack arm. You know what I'm saying? He could throw. He can make all the throws. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can make the intermediate throws. He can make the short throws. He takes command of the offense. From what I heard, he seemed like he understood killing plays and protections and stuff like that. So I'm like, that fills the gap of the things we would miss from Jameis and with Taysom, because Taysom throws a horrible deep ball. He locks in on wide receivers, bro. He locks in on wide receivers. Let's go on his first read. even though he's a dynamic runner, he's a horrible scrambler.
Terrible.
It's like
it's infuriating.
It's infuriating, man. And it's like we could have both. Like you could manage the offense the way you get the best of both. It's not like saying like people are like, oh, Trevor, y'all just pumping Trevor Siemian up. It's like, no, it's like this is the hand we dealt with. It's like we got bad options all over. So let's like make the best of the bad options we have. And, when you look at it like that, it's like, okay, Trevor Siemian, been studying the offense for a while. Sound like Sean Payton have confidence in him. Drew Brees talked about how, hey, this guy could run the Saints offense. We've seen he could, when he get in the red zone, he could make the reads that he needs to make. He could hit the passes over the middle, the short stuff, the stuff to the tight end. It's an easy decision to me, man. Like, I wouldn't even be, like, fretting over it. I mean, it's just the personal stuff with Sean Payton and Taysom.
There it is. There it is.
I mean, that's the key right there. But Taysom, bro, you're about to make $21 million over the past 2 years. You got a shot at being a, starting quarterback. Bro, like, enjoy your life, bro. Like, you living it, man. Like, you wasn't even drafted. You was an undrafted free agent nobody even thought about 3 years ago, man. Like, you living your life, man, and you still got a chance to just be like an integral part of a winning team. Like, just roll with it, bro.
But I think you said it, though. Like, I don't know if Sean would see that as him going back on his word. And I think, because here's the thing, right? For him, I think if he gave his word to one player and the team sees him renege on it, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of sets up a bad precedent, right?
Right.
To your point, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% in terms of roll with Trevor, have Ian Book. Although I saw that Jameis, like, why is he not on IR yet? Like, that's weird.
It's gonna happen.
I know. Have Ian Book active and let Taysom do what Taysom does and just roll. And let's go as far as that may take us. Don't know how far that might be, but let's just fucking roll.
And maybe it's the thing where Taysom starts, this week, and they see how it goes, and maybe they go back to Siemian. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. But I mean, and people are like, "Oh man, we're gonna run the Ravens offense." I'm like, bro, like y'all have you? We saw
bro, I literally got into an argument on Twitter with one of our listeners today about that exact same thing.
Like, we saw what happened last season. We thought that last season, like, oh, Sean Payton about to change it up.
He about to cook the league. Nope.
No. It's turned Taysom into a wannabe pocket quarterback. Even in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have not seen it. Like, if y'all keep saying this single wing, Ravens offense is gonna come out, like, where? Like, show me some smidget of evidence that this is going to happen, because I've seen
nothing, bro. It's not going to happen.
So, like, I'm just saying, if you're going to roll like that, go with an actual pocket quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Just roll with old Siemian. I ain't saying he's going to break the mold, but like I said, they built like a almost quarterback-proof team.
They really are, bro.
So just don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying? Just don't mess it up.
So let's. All that said, I think Taysom started against the Falcons.
It's possible, yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Sean might surprise us all. Going to the Falcons game, to me is typical beating the Bucs, and that, like I said, that's the pinnacle win of the season. And then you play the lowly Falcons. And to me, it's just about what Saints team come out and plays them on Sunday, bro.
What's the Falcons' record? I don't even know.
3-4. Oh, I gotta look it up.
So they won 3 games. So they're not out of it.
They're not.
They got to be careful with this one.
Yep.
Got to be careful because the offense not what it was, but they can put up points. Seems like the defense is starting to be a little more cohesive on their side. Still not great. Pass rush is not great.
The pass rush is not great, but where they can shine, and this is my worry offensively when the Saints are on offense, is Grady Jarrett just owning Cesar Ruiz, bro. That's it.
No, and he could do it.
Yep. Very easily. Very easily.
He'll beat Pete. He beat the ghost of Pete. Thankfully, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm sorry. But we gotta watch. Like the offensive line gonna have to play. Going to have to play much better. But at the same time, on the flip side, man, even though our pass rush has been kind of tepid, I saw who first. Practice. First at practice. You hear that, man?
Limited practice. We might get that, the quote Venom that we first on Sunday, bro.
And we got 2 firsts. Davenport, he been showing a little something. On your mind, another game back.
Who first? David Onyemata, Cam Jordan. This game, like the Falcons' offensive line, 5-6 years later, still's not good. Still not good. And Matt Ryan has got consistently worse at dealing with pressure. Every time I watch the game, he's on the ground. He's reacting to pressure quickly. Like, so that's the key. It's just like Tom Brady, but times 10. Like, you got to affect him in the pocket rapidly and early, and he gonna fold. Defensive line needs to take over this fucking game.
Yeah. And it's a Falcons game, man. Like, I hope they didn't forget. Like, this is still our rival. I know it ain't been much of a rivalry lately, but man, I still love beating the Falcons. That like makes my day. What you think about Kyle Pitts, bro?
You know what's so hilarious is while we're recording this episode, Greg texted me. Greg Rosenthal texted me. He was like, "Lattimore on Pitts?" Question mark.
I was thinking that. I was already thinking that, man. I was like, why not?
They don't have Calvin Ridley, right?
Right.
I don't know if you would put Lattimore in him every snap, but for big third downs, like I think you could and you should.
Malcolm Jenkins out with a knee injury.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Probably. I was already like, no, absolutely not.
Get that Vernon Davis. But man, Malcolm been flying, man. He did his thing with Gronk for a couple of snaps last week. But yeah, it's going to, even though Kyle Pitts hadn't gone full Studley yet, you could see it.
Bro, you can see it.
This dude is a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for what it's worth, like, I know we ragged on the Falcons for taking the tight end high. It still probably was a dumb decision,
especially with Justin Fields looking somewhat decent. But
right. But look, they went from Julio Jones, a Hall of Fame level type stud, to Kyle Pitts, who could potentially be that type of player. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Right.
Down the line, who cares? You know what I'm saying? If it works out. But yeah, they're gonna have to have a plan for him. Like, take him out the map early and frustrate him. He's still a rookie. Frustrate the coverages, make him.
If I'm DA, my plan is in some type of way he is getting bracketed coverage on most of the snaps that we play.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the flip side, don't don't sleep on these little other wide receivers. It seems like they always whoop our ass with some wide receiver.
Yep.
From who knows where. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah. It's like so a Debo or Tia Deuce, you know, they gonna have to be on the P's and Q's, man, because you can't. I don't want it to be one of them games. How is the run game looking?
I mean, here's the thing. Cordero Patterson gave it life, bro. Like Cordero, like their offense, honestly, is Kyle Pitts, Cordero Patterson, sprinkle in some Hayden Hurst here and there, and that's pretty much it. Like that is the Falcons' offense in a nutshell. When Matt Ryan has time, Matt Ryan does Matt Ryan things. When the offensive line is shitty, and most times it is, he succumbs to the pressure. It's just I don't want it to be, and it wouldn't surprise me if it is because I know this team. I don't want it to be a letdown game. I really don't.
Right. New York Giants.
Yeah, exactly. Who are now 2-5. Bro.
Yeah.
2-5. But I want, you know, the plan for what DA is going to do with Cordero Patterson, because sometimes, a lot of times he lines up in the backfield. He runs a lot of running plays, or he'll be, you know, he'll be either wide receiver. So how they got to be careful in this game. They got to be careful. I want the dome, and I don't think it will be, but I want that same energy from the dome against the Falcons to really throw off Matt Ryan's communication so he can't talk and blah, 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 blah. But let's say this, like, let's be real on this podcast. Like, CD Deuce got to play better.
Oh, absolutely.
He has to play better.
Games. It's been a couple games. Been on my radar. I'm like, he just hadn't been playing as well. I know he got the pick last week, whatever. But, you know, just in coverage, it hadn't been especially well.
No, it hasn't been.
And they pick on him. They've been picking on him a little bit.
Yep. Offensively, it's kind of hard for us to talk about this game offensively because we really don't know who's going to be.
Just don't know
at quarterback. I want to get Deion Jones out the paint, bro. Just want to get him out the paint.
Yeah,
he's annoying. And someone brought up a great point of like, why is it that LSU players are always so aggy against the Saints? Every single one of them, bro.
It's amazing, man. I guess because they grow up, you know, they come up knowing that's the number one team in the state.
Devin White, Deion Jones, Leonard Fournette, Odell when he played against the Saints, like all of them, bro.
Tyrod Matthew, everybody, bro.
Yeah, just fed up with them. I will say this is that I know a lot of Saints. This is more like LSU fans. A lot of LSU fans, LSU/Saints fans, like really like had a roar over time laughing out the Falcons when they drafted AJ Terrell. I watched him a little bit at Clemson. Didn't love his tape, and obviously LSU fans laughed at him because Jamar Chase baptized him in the national championship game. I mean, Jamar Chase is baptizing all pro corners now, right? So keep that in context. He's been a great draft pick for the Falcons.
He is. He's a very good corner.
He's a very good corner. The Saints don't have Saints don't got no one to threaten him with, though.
No.
But I will say a big thing that I think is important. Nick Bennett was practicing today, bruh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what that means. Just Nick Bennett was practicing. And at this point, the Saints offense needs all the help that it can get. This is a game where I wish that the O-line can get push, let AK get space, let Mark Ingram get space, whoever is the quarterback, Trevor, Taysom, when there's shots, take them, and play just smart football and get the win and get out, man. Like, don't overcomplicate this game.
Right. And you know one thing that would interest me with Simeon is because those type of quarterbacks, they develop relationships with some guys or some chemistry with guys that you hadn't seen yet. So his chemistry with Harris might be different than what it was with Jameis. So his chemistry with
Kevin White
or the tight end Garrett or, Jawan Johnson or whatever. It might be a little different than it was with Jameis. So, maybe you might get a little something cooking that, they just haven't seen yet. There's no tape on them yet. So you might be able to, just get a spark of a little offense here and there. You know what I'm saying? That's all we want, just a little offense.
That's it. Just a little offense. And just just manage the game.
Man.
I go back to what we were talking about who should start, and I just go back to, I think with what you saw from him, Trevor Siemian in that game, in that moment, being thrown in it, bruh. Just thrown in it. And how he was able to produce enough to get you the win. I know the defense sealed it, but that drive, I know Sean Payton was calling the plays. Yeah. That throw to Callaway on that deep end that he ran, the anticipation, to me, you should be playing Trevor, bro. And I don't think it's even particularly close.
Right.
I don't think it's close. Unless Taysom could promise Sean, hey, if it's not there and if I don't see it, deuces. I'm taking off. But I don't think that's going to be it. The Saints did have some. We record this on Wednesday, but the Saints did have some DMP. So Teron Armstead was a DMP. You already brought up Malcolm Jenkins. It's just getting to the point this is commonplace with Teron, and I love Teron, bro.
Yeah,
I love him, but
he'll probably play though. He'll probably play. It's just Teron, man. I don't even react to it when I see him on the injury report. It's just weird.
I don't want to say this is a game. This is a must-win game because whatever. But with Calvin Ridley not being on the team, as a Saints team that's more overall talented than the Falcons, you got to find a way to win this game.
Gotta win this one. Man. Knock this one out, bro. It's a divisional game. So you'll beat Tampa Bay once, Falcons once. We got the L to the Panthers. You'll be half the way there.
Yeah. Anything that you're anything that's kind of jumping out to you that flashing to you about the game?
No, not really, man. I really hadn't thought about the game too much, which is, I hope the Saints players aren't. But as far as the rest of the schedule, when you look at it, okay, we got the Falcons. Then we are at the Titans. That'll be interesting.
Titans, and then it's the Bills on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, got the Eagles sandwiched in there. I never take the Eagles lightly.
Nope. No.
Every time we play them, regardless of the record or what's going on, it always ends up being a crazy game. So, anybody that's just chalking it up as a win, they just had to watch the Saints. Bills, obviously, Cowboys, December 2nd. Whew, that's a huge one. Huge game right there.
That's Thursday Night Football, right?
7:20. I don't know.
Isn't it? I think that Cowboys game is Thursday Night Football. Because I was looking at tickets.
Oh shit. So who knows how that goes? Then you get the Jets and the Bucks again, and the Dolphins and the Panthers and the Falcons.
Ugh.
It's tough sledding, bro.
Fuck, that season's just so long, bro.
A long season, man. Like, it's tough sledding. I know everybody like, oh, 13-4 or whatever. I'm like, it's a long season, bro. Like, we've been blessed on defense with health, like, overall, man. So,
yes,
got to knock on wood and hope we maintain that.
Yeah, I mean, they've been relatively pretty healthy. I think it'll still be interesting to see how the cornerback position shakes out. And can we talk about this real quick before we get ready to go? This whole thing that Marshawn's doing in his coverage, bruh, like, it gotta be fixed, man. You know what I'm talking? Like, 2 back-to-back weeks, it's like he gets sunned at like the top of the route and he stumbles and it leads to a touchdown.
Like, not a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not a big catch, not a touchdown.
A touchdown. Like, let's not have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop this. I don't know what he needs to do to stop it. But, you know, it's the breaks of playing press.
Yes, it is.
Press, man, it is a high wire act. And it just takes, you know, that's why it's frustrating, but you see so many quarterbacks just play off coverage and allow these little short throws, and it's frustrating because it's like, oh, damn, you just giving up throws. But, man, dudes don't want this to happen. They don't want to looking like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
You hand fighting with a wide receiver and you just lose your feet, you eating turf and they going down the field. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to pick his spots. You know what I'm saying? But I think he got to be careful because it seems like past couple of weeks, that's something that, you know, offenses are starting to kind of pick at.
Yes, they are.
It's like,
sure.
Look, you know, you can get in the hand fight with this guy. I'll throw it up for you.
You basically, you just gotta go get it. You know,
go get it and see what happens.
Yep. That's what's been happening, man. I mean, but that's it. We hit on a lot. We talked about a lot of things going on in the NFL, things going on with the Saints, because as always, there's always things going on with the Saints. Talked about the Falcons game some, but I mean, this is a chance for the Saints to go 6-2, man, and at least temporarily be number one in the NFC South, which is absolutely fucking wild. Just on a quick other point, just the fact that Aaron Rodgers isn't vaccinated again and he's going to miss the Chiefs game is such fucking selfish behavior, bro.
Oh, man.
It's so fucking selfish. It's everyone on Twitter was like, because he's not vaccinated. I know Alan Lazar's not vaccinated. And they were like, well, shit, we played the Packers in week 1, and then all our coaches fucking got sick. And
but then you also think about it, man, like, I know it's kind of thinking ahead, but okay, we beat Green Bay, so they mess around and lose to the Chiefs. We beat Tampa Bay. It's like, man, if the Saints can
stop it.
God forbid, like, hold on to some things, man. They might fuck a wild card. They might be like a high seed, bro.
Stop, bro.
I'm just saying, man.
They could, though. They could. And I think
that's nuts. That's nuts.
And again, going back to just, you know, full circle, Sean can point to that to whoever. And then 2, if Odell is an actual free agent, like, he could be like, oh shit. But maybe I'll go home. I don't know, man.
Odell, you would instantly come up and be the number 1.
Oh, undisputed. And could you imagine though?
All the players will love you, like everybody. All the players, like, oh.
Odell, AK, Mark, and that's pretty much where our offensive skill position.
TikTok, like a TikTok team, like it's.
But we'll see, man. We'll see. We got a lot in front of us. We'll be back Sunday night recapping the Falcons game. If some shit breaks out Odell becomes a Saint. Who the fuck knows? We'll be on it. We'll record the emergency podcast episode, get you guys up to date. But going to the game on Sunday again, be loud. We could hear it through the screen on Sunday. It was reverberating. Such a moment, such a game. Just seeing Mark, man, that the Saints on Instagram like had video Mark Ingram, leading the Who Dat chat and chills, bruh. Chills.
I love that.
Chills.
That's what sports all about right there.
It is, man. It really is. It really is. It's one of those games where it's just like I look back in time and I was like, I mean, it was Halloween, so I had to take my daughter trick or treating, so it never would have happened. But I was like, man, I should have been there. Like I should have experienced that. I mean, if I was there, Tom Brady for sure would have drove him down.
I'm about to tell you, bro. Glad you stayed.
Oh, that said, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for all the support. If you're listening and you're not a Patreon yet, become a Patreon. Join the Discord where we have tons of fun and lively discussions. When it's popping, it's great. So become a Patreon so you can get the Discord channel link. Thank you guys for all our supporters, all our 72 Patreons that we do have. Woo. Can't appreciate you guys enough. Our goal by the end of the year, I know, we got about a whole 2 months, get to 100, get to a full 100 Patreon. So if you're listening to this, you're not a Patreon yet, become a Patreon, go to patreon.com.
That'd be beautiful, man.
Hashtag Saints Twitter podcast. We love you guys.
We're going to have something for y'all, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So with that, we're going to get out of here. We're out.
Peace.
Catch those springtime vibes all over Arizona. Break out of the winter blues by hitting the water at one of our lake and river parks. Take a hike among the wildflowers. Just make sure to stay on the trails and leave the flowers for the bees. Discover Arizona's best kept secret and visit azstateparks.com/amazing to start your springtime adventure.
O'Reilly! Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE-certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today. O'Reilly Auto Parts.